Did you see Burke slinking away like that? I mean, Josh Lewis, this Burke guy, and Cassie Lane, they're sitting on some secret, and it's got to do with human cloning.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Please. I believe you. You really are. You're reading too many of these rags. Why don't you just ask Reva?
Why I ask Reva? She's weirder than the three of them put together.
You don't think the Reva's the clone? No, Buzz. You really are hanging out in the grocery store too long reading these rags.
Listen. She told me, Reva, whoever, whatever that thing, she told me herself. She went back on it, but I mean, she's... Just a couple of days ago, she almost killed herself, driving like a maniac.
Okay,
Excuse
me. Darling, this is Buzz, and he has an overactive imagination, so don't listen to him.
Okay, Ixnay, on the clone talk. We have more important things to do, don't we?
Yeah. Could I clone you?
Please, here?
There are so many things that I've planned and I've taken care of. Just about everything.
Like?
Everything. It's all taken care of. Everything.
You've forgotten the most important thing.
No, I haven't. I haven't forgotten anything. I got the nursery, I got all the clothes, I've got people
You
doing
forgot
things.
you promised to...
What?
Marry me.
Every single thing that Beth did was to try to protect
I think what Mr. Spaulding is hoping for is that nobody rushes to judgment. And listen, I think it would be in the best interest of my client for you to take a moment and listen to Mr. Spaulding. Philip, you can go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. But you don't know this woman. I do. I've known her for most of my life, and I can assure you, she is one of the most generous, loving, giving people that I have ever known in my life. And it's true, we're divorced. But I consider myself very lucky to have ever met her and been married to her, and I consider myself incredibly blessed that we had a child together. See, you look at this situation, and that's all you can see, but she has been a wonderful mother. She would give up her life for Lizzie in a heartbeat. She was willing to go to jail for her, just to prevent her from going through any more pain. Now, please, if you take her away from my daughter right now, you're going to take away any stability that she has in her life. So I'm asking you, now I'm begging you, just leave it alone, please.
Philip, stop. I don't need you to defend me. If I lose custody of Lizzie, at least she will be with you. And I will just have to live with that.
Ross, there's got to be something we can do here. You can't let them take that away
Philip,
from
there are options, several of them, but I would prefer to discuss them with you two in private. And as I asked before, I'd like to do what's in the best interest of my client. I'd like to do my job.
We understand.
Of course. We can reschedule Miss Raines' formal interview with her daughter for later on in the week. But I have to be honest with you, Mr. Mueller. Our preliminary findings are not favorable for Miss Raines to retain custody.
Wait a minute. Now, there's got to be some kind of compromise that we can reach here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Spaulding. There are procedures which must be followed.
I understand that you have your procedures, but you're here because of my daughter. You're trying to do what's best for her. So can you put the rules aside for a second and just put yourself in her position? My God, you're talking about taking her mother away from her. She's gone through hell. You can't do that. This is the one constant in her life. She loves Beth more than I can possibly ever tell you.
Even so.
No, listen to me. I'm begging you, as her father. She needs to be with Beth right now, and Beth needs to be with her. You have to understand that.
Those are your wishes, Mr. Spaulding. They are not a compromise.
Well, what would be a compromise? What about if I'm here? Is that a compromise?
I'm not sure I follow.
Would this custody issue go away if I'm back together with Beth.
Joshua? I'm afraid not. Oh, and if you have any ideas about being rescued, you can forget about it. Nobody knows you're here. Nobody even knows you're alive. And I'm certainly not going to tell anyone. What do you plan to do? Well, I've decided I'm not going to kill you. It's not in my DNA.
Don't be so sure.
You know something? You have a much more developed sense of humor than I do.
I'm glad you appreciate it. Now let me go.
Ooh, I can't do that.
Well, what can you do?
Well, in spite of you being a very bad girl, you did a good job of making Joshua see what he'd be missing if he sent me away. So, I've decided to let you stay.
Oh, great. Here, in the sauna.
Oh, yes! I can't exactly keep you locked away in the closet upstairs. Nope. For now, this is the perfect place. You're right under Joshua's nose, but it's the last place he'd ever think to look for you.
Hello? Is anybody here?
This is insane. I don't even know what I'm doing here. This is crazy. Lena couldn't possibly be alive.